Well, Bluescreen Bronies here, Draco, with a special interview with one Erica Mendez. She's the voice of Rainbow Dash and a few fan projects. She started some voice work for Double Rainbow. She wasn't in the final product, though. She is Esmeralda Maximus in Cryamore, a very fun Kickstarter game that I'm very much just waiting for it to come out. It's one of those games that looks like Secret of Mana and Legend of Zelda and a bunch of other games I used to love combined. And I just have to ask, how did you land a role with some people in that was a Kickstarter initially, but ended up being like people from Capcom or Square Enix are just working on it for fun?
I didn't know about it until before the Kickstarter. I guess they had some like art and stuff before that because they've been working on it for a while. I had no idea anything about it until a friend of mine, Kerbifer, or Chris Neosy, as you know, some people know him. More people know him as Kerbifer, I'm sure. He came to me and was like, "Hey, audition for this game," and I'm like, "Okay." And I saw some of the art, and I was like, "Well, this looks pretty cool." So I auditioned, and next thing I know, I'm cast as Esmeralda. I was not expecting it at all.
Now, we actually talked to Kimlin Tran not too long ago, and she played Bliss. And we got into discussion of Bliss kind of feels like Rarity, and she said, "Yeah, I kind of added my own spin to it." I was like, well, we also noticed that Esmeralda seems kind of like Rainbow Dash in a way.
Yeah, we kind of made that connection. So it just kind of made sense that I guess me and Kimlin got cast kind of unintentionally in those roles. So it's like destiny almost, I guess. I don't know.
All right, now we were talking a little bit before this about MOBAs. You were in Heroes of New Earth. What character did you play?
As far as like just a base character, the only one of those I play is Pearl. And then I play two alts. One of the alts is of Pearl, actually, so that was kind of cool. The only female alt of Pearl is Ruby. I got to play her. And also I played Den Mother, who is a War Beast alt, I believe. And that's it so far.
Yeah, for people who don't know what Heroes of New Earth is, it's okay. It's understandable. It's one of the less popular ones of the MOBA games. It's really the first one besides Dota that came out as a standalone game. It tried to do a lot when it first started off, and it was a pay-to-play game at first, and people didn't like that. It was one of those games that just good intentions, but just didn't take off. And then League of Legends came up after that, and we're still waiting for Erica's role in League to come out.
Oh, geez, that would be like a dream come true. I'm still waiting.
Maybe have like another Yordle or something.
Oh, that would be amazing. I love so many of the Yordles. I mained as Teemo for a while, and I like playing Lulu also. I'm mostly a support, so Lulu is pretty fun to play.
Tastes like purple.
Yeah. She must have had so much fun doing those lines.
I can only imagine. I also talked to Danielle, who was the original voice of Karma, and just those MOBA games, like Riot. We talked about how Riot's really fun to work with, and I just hope everyone that wants a chance gets a chance, because Riot keeps adding new heroes every month or every other month, and it's such a great chance to get into the gaming community just to play a hero.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about Heroes of New Earth, though, I guess as far as a voice actor standpoint goes, is they pretty much change the voice every alt skin that comes out. Like League of Legends doesn't do that, which I understand why they don't do that. But every alt is pretty much a brand new character in Heroes of New Earth, so that's kind of cool.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work to do. There's a lot of data to be transferred every time, but Heroes of New Earth has a nice little streaming data updates, so that's pretty good. Now, back to Cryamore. This game seems like it's going to be very big. And you guys raised a lot of money for it. I mean, you guys are going to be on consoles now. You guys are going to have full voice acting. So it's just going to be one of those things that's just like, it could have been just a game with very basic text and probably not as popular. Now it has voice acting. and we're going to actually hear the text. Because I got to admit, Final Fantasy VII, I hated that the mouths were moving and nothing was coming out.
Yeah. That game would be amazing with voiceover. I think they really need to remake that finally.
Yeah, instead of teasing us with tech demos.
Yeah. Not fair. I mean, they pretty much have voice actors for the characters already. Although most of them are celebrities, so who knows if they'd take them for the game, considering that would probably cost a lot of money. But either way, voiceover in 7 would be amazing.
You play Rainbow Dash on a lot of things. Most notably, you initially voiced for the trailer Double Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there a reason why you didn't stick with it after that?
I think a lot of it was, for me, voicing Rainbow Dash is a lot of pressure because I know the character. I love the character. She's like literally best pony for me, or not literally, but you know what I mean. I hate when people use that word wrong, and I do it all the time, unfortunately. But she's my favorite character, so I want to do her justice. But I don't think I do the perfect match, and I know I don't do the perfect match for Ashley Ball as that character. And for it being a fan-made full episode, I just didn't think that I could, live up to expectations. So I dropped out of it. And I think around that time I was kind of busy too, so I didn't really have the time for the deadlines that they needed to meet.
Well, busy I can understand, but from what Rob Bob, who I've talked to a lot, and from what I've seen of your Rainbow Dash work, I think that's utter bull that you're not close enough, because you're pretty close.
Well, if you notice, in all the stuff I've been in, it changes because I can't decide like what I want to do with it. I think probably my best Rainbow Dash in anything I've done is I've been looking for it. I can't find the link for it. Somebody linked it to me a while back, and I lose it all the time. But the Pony Rock Anthem test animation video, or like the progress of it, I think that's probably my best Rainbow Dash stuff. But everything else is kind of like, eh.
Well, it's never going to be exactly.
I know. I'm just very critical.
Well, everyone is with their own stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally understandable. Even though in Crime War, Esmeralda is kind of like Rainbow Dash, she's a little bit more like ADD about Crime War a bit, it seems like.
Yeah, she's kind of like Rainbow Dash mixed with Twilight Sparkle a little bit, because she's got kind of those book smarts, and she's, like you said, ADD about things.
Yeah, it's just during that Kickstarter trailer, you could see a little bit into her character somewhat, and it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, this is going to be interesting, because you got some characters that aren't interested at all, and you got the character that's like super interested, is going to be throwing books at them. I'm just wondering how it's going to play out, and I kind of want to see more of the story a little bit as it goes on, and like I said, I'm really excited to play the game. I'm just wondering, are you interested in doing more Kickstarter game work like that, seeing how popular Crime War kind of got? Even though I didn't know anything about it until actually Chris said something about it on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, even if it wasn't totally successful, I still would have loved to be in it, because I love the look of it, and I would play games like that, like most people, when I was younger. So being part of such a cool project is amazing. And I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but I would have done it for free just because it's just so cool looking. But as far as like other Kickstarter things go, I mean, I'd love to if people ask me. I never know when to like go in and advertise myself, because I know I have so many friends who kind of make it their job to go out and almost harass people, I guess, to do voice work for their projects. I actually did a Kickstarter video for my friend Jason Wishnov's game, There Came an Echo. He's also the guy who made Sequence. I don't know if you've heard of that or played it.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, he's making a new game called There Came an Echo, and they just successfully funded. And I played one of the characters in the video for the Kickstarter. I have to audition again for the actual thing, but it was still cool being in the Kickstarter video. So yeah, I love doing stuff like that.
Are there any fan games that you've done voice for, besides like Cryamore and a few Kickstarter games?
You mean like in the My Little Pony fan base, or
In My Little
just in
Pony,
general?
or even Toho for that matter, because that's another big fan base.
Mm, I don't think so. I feel like they're kind of like you said, most people don't know who I am, so they'll go to people like Rena Chan or Brittany Lauda or No Wacking or like Meredith Sims or whatever, the people that kind of make their name in doing fan projects. I kind of try to stay away from them a little bit nowadays, just because I'm kind of going more towards doing professional stuff. But that's not the way everybody does it, because obviously Rena Chan, she does a lot of pro work and still does a lot of fan work, but that's just kind of a preference thing, I think.
There's a few things that in the Brony fandom have just caught everyone's eye, especially with Main Six now working with Lauren Faust,
Oh
which
yeah.
I'm sure with their rebranding, everyone wants to jump on that chance now.
Yeah. As far as like the voice stuff goes, who knows if they're keeping, the originals. Like I had auditioned for Rainbow Dash for Fighting is Magic and obviously didn't get it, but I was one of the callbacks, I think, or whatever. But I'd love a chance to be in their new original game that they're working on with Lauren Faust. But yeah, who knows if they're not keeping like Meredith and Kira and Kimlin and Lily Pichu and all those other people. But if they did have open auditions, I'd, love to jump on that train again, or try to anyway. And hopefully I don't fall off this time.
Wow, that's a little morbid.
Just trying to use a clever metaphor and it just sounded bad.
It derailed.
Yeah, that's probably better.
We got to stay on tracks with this one. Oh god, I'm starting to pun worse than Final Draft now. Oh boy. All right, now there's a few games that have great voice work, and without it, probably wouldn't have been as fun. I'm going to reference Borderlands 2 with Tiny Tina.
Oh, Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley went a little cray-cray there.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much from what I hear, Ashley. So that's just how she acts almost in normal life. At least as far as her Hey Ash character goes.
Well, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, is there any game that you wish you could go back and do voice work for? Like, if you had a favorite character or in a game, or if you had a favorite game that you just wish had voice work, what would that be?
Oh, there's a few probably. Definitely Final Fantasy VIII. I would love to be in that, just anything, and just for it to have voices in general, because that was my first Final Fantasy, and that's kind of the rule is, your first Final Fantasy is usually your favorite. And let's see what else. I'd love to be in League of Legends as I don't know who. I love Nami. Nami is pretty cool. Or Lux. Those are two of my favorites. So
Double Rainbow.
yeah. Double Rainbow. uh, or a Persona game or a Tales of game. Anyone, it doesn't matter. Just I love it all.
Oh god, I haven't played a Tales game in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't played through one in a long time. I keep starting Graces because I keep playing it on different systems and then I have to restart it. And I just kind of got tired of restarting it after a while, so I gave up. But yeah, like Tales of the Abyss was amazing, and I would have loved to have been a part of that.
Last Tales game I played, I think, was Symphonia.
Oh, that's a really good one.
It's a really good one. And
Yeah.
I suggest everyone go play it.
Yes, I do too.
Now, I got one quick question. Did you watch anything from PAX East?
Did I watch anything? I watched a stream of the Dust panel because I'm in Dust and I need to support Dust.
Well, yeah, besides that.
Besides,
I love
besides
watching
your
Camlin Tran going absolutely cray-cray with Fidget. That was a pretty ingenious
Oh yeah, that
PAX
was
East
funny.
video that they did.
That was really good.
Stop skipping my dialogue!
Yeah, it was a really nice touch.
Did you by any chance get to watch the Capcom panel?
I did not. I didn't really watch too much from PAX East.
they're redoing DuckTales the game, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw that before PAX East, I think, though. Or no, maybe that was the day of that it started.
It actually, the video went live Friday morning after Gabe and Tycho got done with their panel, which, like I said before in a past podcast, I'm not talking about because, whoo, boy.
But yeah, I did see that. We actually, me and a few friends and my boyfriend just went to WonderCon on Saturday, and they had a live demo, so I got to watch them play through that.
Oh, I'm jealous.
It looks pretty cool. Never played the original.
WonderCon. Oh yeah, Ohad Kane, one of the Twitter personalities from the California Bronies, I think SoCal Bronies, went there and decided to tweet, and I was a little jealous. I mean, DuckTales is one of those games where I was born in '85, so I'm 27, almost 28, and DuckTales was one of those games where when I was younger, I broke a lot of controllers because I didn't know how to play.
And what it looks like, they're keeping about the same gameplay from what my friend Sarah told me.
If there's any game you want to see remade more than anything, like you would funnel millions of dollars into it, what would that be?
I'd have to go with Final Fantasy VIII again. It's because I really like that game, and I know a lot of people probably don't share that opinion, but definitely that one. I can't think of anything too old, like vintage retro kind of stuff.
No Darkwing Duck?
I didn't play a lot of those, the TV show ones. I remember playing Lion King, but I don't think I'd want that remade. Or Aladdin, I don't want that remade.
Or E.T. at least, yeah.
I never played that, but I've seen videos, and no.
Now, when it comes to Final Fantasy, I gotta admit something. I hated the magic system. That was just silly.
In which one? Just in general?
In 8. Just in any 8, of the magic, like the limited magic. And not only that, if you want to equip that magic, so that would give you more stats, you couldn't use it.
Yeah. I don't know, I thought that was kind of interesting. But it was a pain sometimes. Like, because if you wanted higher stats, you had to equip, like, Ultima and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, well, then I can't use Ultima. Oh, well.
And Ultima's so hard to find.
I know.
Now, it didn't have as many, like, hard bosses, though, as its predecessor, 7. I mean, 7 had all those weapons that you could optionally fight, plus fighting the Knights of Round and, like, a whole bunch of other different stuff that was just optional.
Yeah. They had a few of those in 8.
Yeah, they had Omega and Ultima. I mean, that's pretty much the staple for them.
Yeah.
And they've been getting rid of those. It just sucks. Because I like those hard bosses. And now, Omega in 8, I remembered, was so frustrating, especially when you beat it. When you finally beat it. And if you beat it without Game Shark, you know how hard it is. You finally beat it, and all you get is a freaking certificate.
That's annoying, yeah.
You beat Omega 11. Oh, gee, thanks. I couldn't tell. There's no dancing women, there's no party, there's no giant swords.
They should remake it, and everybody in your party after you beat Omega Weapon should do like the Harlem Shake or something stupid.
Harlem Shake? We're not done with that yet?
No, unfortunately, no.
I was thinking more of like if you follow Bravest Warriors, a butter lettuce party.
I have not been keeping up with that now.
You should. It's interesting and funny and Pendleton
yeah,
Ward.
Considering it's a Penn Ward show, I can imagine. It's pretty crazy.
All right, before I let you go here, I just want to ask a little bit more about Cryamore, since you know more than I do about it right now because you've voiced in it.
We'll see about that.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those games that everyone should keep their eye on because it's going to be hitting consoles? I don't want to say soon, as in like next month, but soon, as in like Spaceballs soon.
I definitely think it's something people should look out for. I played the kind of beta work in progress demo that they ended up showing at GDC, and just even from that, it's so cool. There's so many things that just feel so nostalgic. And definitely, if you want to hit that nostalgic part of your brain while playing an amazing looking game, you definitely want to try Cry More.
Thank you again, Erica, and I hope you have a safe and fun Monday.
Yes, you too. Thank you.